Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of Species Spotlight at the Key West Botanical Garden. This week we have featured the 7-year apple, also known as Cachaceae clusifolia, part of the Rubiaceae family. Its general landscape uses are an accent or specimen shrub or a small tree along the coast for buffer plantings. So this is a medium to large shrub and rarely a small tree with a dense, rounded crown. Its bark is usually pale and leaves shiny 2 to 6 inches long. Dimensionally, typically 5 to 15 feet in height and 25 feet in South Florida, and usually is about as broad as it is tall, especially when growing in full sun. Its growth rate is slow to moderate, and its range is throughout the Monroe County Keys north to Broward and Lee counties, Bermuda, the Bahamas, and Cuba. It is native to coastal hammocks and thickets, prefers moist, well-drained, sandy or limestone soils with a humusy top layer. Nutritionally, it requires moderate care and can grow in nutrient-poor soils but needs some organic content to thrive. It has a low saltwater tolerance and a low salt wind tolerance. Its drought tolerance is moderate and generally requires moist soils, but is tolerant of short periods of drought once established. It prefers full sun to light shade, and its flower colors are white with semi-showy star-shaped male and female flowers on different plants. It flowers year-round, peak in spring to summer. Its fruits or berries are edible but not tasty. Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of Species Spotlight. We'll see you next week. This episode was made possible by the generous support of our wonderful sponsors.